Okay, so we've heard a lot about voting by mail this year, most of it wildly inaccurate, and particularly for my friends who don't live in Oregon, I thought I'd give you a whole show on what voting by mail is like. We've been voting by mail here for many years now, so it's kind of very normal and thing. So I just got my ballot today. I get it every year when I'm supposed to vote. You can sign up to track your ballot if you want. I think that's new. It comes with an envelope. Now this year they passed a law so that you don't have to put a stamp on it, so that saves me the price of a stamp. Here's my ballot. And so now this is the optional ballot secrecy sleeve. I think it used to be you had to do it, and now they've made it optional. I know in some states you must do it or it won't be counted. That's not the case here. It doesn't matter whether you do it or not. And I may or may not bother with it, but at any rate, here we go. Let's see, President, was it Biden, Trump, Biden, Trump? I guess we'll go with Biden, you know. And U.S. Senator, let's see, I got Jeff Merkley or some kind of crazy ass Republican who's, I think, a QAnon type. I'm going to go with old Jeff. Congress, these races are not really big races in Oregon. The Democrats are going to win them all. So, Secretary of State, not a great choice there, but I'm going with the Democrat. I think I voted for someone else in the primary, but she won. So, the Republican is apparently some sort of crook. So it's not like it's someone I would really consider voting for. Tobias Reed for treasurer. He's all right. Ellen Rosenblum for Attorney General, we know her, so. Yeah, Ginny Burdick, she doesn't have an opponent. No Republicans running in that district. Same thing for, state rep, there's allegedly a Republican running, but yeah, they don't have any chance. There's no contested races for judge. All incumbents on the ballot. Oh, there is, I take it back, there is one. We have a favorite in that race, so. I know who I'm voting for there. Mayor. I don't like either of my choices for mayor. I'm not thrilled with Ted, and I'm not thrilled with Sarah. I guess I'll go with Ted. Definitely Mingus Maps for City of Portland. Sick of Chloe Udally. I got a choice between Mary Nolan and Chris Smith for Metro Councilor. I know Chris Smith, he's a good guy, so I'll vote for him. And then, boy, everything else is pretty much uncontested on the elections. So those are easy. Okay, now, because this is Oregon, we've got a million ballot measures and other things to go through. So let's see, we've got a state legislative measure to allow limits on contributions to political campaigns. I'm going to go with a yes on that. More taxes on cigarettes and cigars. Yes, even though I buy cigars. What the heck. Legalizing psilocybin for medical purposes only. Now, this is actually probably, just like medical marijuana, a stalking horse to make recreational psilocybin legal, and I'm voting for it because of that, not in spite of it, because why not? And now this one's a tough one. This one is a statewide measure to reclassify and decriminalize possession of small amounts of almost any drug, which I'm in favor of. It moves some money around too, which I'm not sure I'm in favor of, but I'm gonna go with that. I'm going with a yes on it. I'm a little I could go either way on that one. We got some bonds measures. Most of them are pretty okay, so I'll go for most of these. more taxes. I got some yeses and some nos here. Create a new board to overlook the police. Yeah, it's not perfect, but we need something. Now this is terrible. The city of Portland wants freedom to spend their water fund on anything they want to, after a court said they couldn't, and the answer to that is no. The water bills are higher enough. We got the metro measure. I don't think it's gonna pass. I'm voting yes on it. It's gonna fail. We got another school bond. So there we go. That was voting in Oregon. So now okay, I've got my optional ballot secrecy sleeve. So I put it in there. And now then I stick it in the envelope, the old fashioned, like the envelope. Now here's the key part. You gotta sign. You have to sign on the back, swearing under penalty of law that everything's kosher and that you signed it yourself. And I got to remember to sign it slow and legibly, because that is the way I signed on the voter rolls many years ago when I registered. And if I sign it quickly, I wind up getting a call from the elections board because somebody actually looks at all these signatures and compares them to what they've got on file. And if it doesn't match, they call you, and I've had that happen to me 2 or 3 times. And I have to come down to the election board and re-sign it. So that's it. That's voting by mail. That's as complicated as it is. It's as close to 100% foolproof as you can get. Everyone should vote this way. No lines, no hassles, no voter suppression. Everyone is automatically registered when they get a driver's license unless they affirmatively opt out. So that's it. So that's the horror of voting by mail.